guys, welcome to class today. I want you guys to find a comfortable seat, either on a blanket, on your mat, sitting on a block. Take a couple moments to bring yourself to your mat, to your practice. Hands can rest gently on your knees, palms may be facing the ceiling. Eyes can be closed or take a soft gaze somewhere on the floor in front of you and find your breath. Think about the inhales and exhales moving through your body. As you inhale through your nose, you want to feel your belly expand. Your lungs are filling up, really bringing in a complete intake of air. And then on the exhale, drawing that belly back towards the spine, expelling out all of that oxygen, making way for fresh, new, clean intake of air on your next inhale. One more nice deep inhale. On your exhale, roll your shoulders down and back. Allow your eyes to come open again. Welcome. We'll bring our hands to heart center. We'll do some seated sun salutations. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bring your hands back to heart center. We'll do that again. Inhale up. Exhale. One more. Inhale up. Exhale, heart center. Now if you guys interlace your fingers, elbows are pressing towards straight as the back of our hands are pressing towards the floor. Nice long spine sitting up nice and tall. We're going to inhale our arms up overhead. Exhale and release. Interlace your fingers again. This time press the palms away from you. Elbows are straight. Inhale, coming up. Drop the shoulders down at the top. Exhale and release. Interlace the fingers, palms facing the ceiling. Inhale, coming up. Shoulders drop down. Exhale and release. One more. Interlace your fingers, palms facing away. Inhale, coming up. Exhale and release. Okay. Let's bring our right arm across our body. We're going to hook it with our left elbow, drawing that arm nice and close to our torso. Shoulder drops down. And if you can access it, draw that right shoulder blade back towards the center of your body. Gaze can stay straight ahead, or you can shift your gaze over that right shoulder. A couple of breaths here. Spine is nice and long. We're not tipping our shoulders forward or arching our back. One more inhale here. Exhale and release. 3 shoulder rolls going forward. 3 shoulder rolls in reverse. Okay, left arm is going to come across our torso. We're going to hook that with our right elbow as we draw that arm nice and close to our body. Left shoulder drops down, and if you can access it, draw that left shoulder blade back towards the center of your back. Gaze can stay forward, or gaze can shift over the left shoulder. A couple of breaths here. One more inhale. On an exhale, go ahead and release. Let's get some movement going here. Inhale your hands up. Exhale, right hand comes down, left hand comes up and over. Take an inhale here. Exhale, left hand sweeps over, right hand comes up on the inhale. Exhale, right hand comes down as your left hand comes up on the inhale. Keep moving with your own breath, your own pace in between these 2 postures. Sit bones stay connected with the mat. Some movement and some stretch in the side body. Gaze can come up to the ceiling if that feels nice. One more on each side. And as you're ready, meeting me in the middle. We're going to take some seated cat-cows here. Bring your hands down onto your, about top your knees, sitting up nice and tall. On an inhale, we're going to arch through our back, drawing our shoulder blades open. Shoulder blades are coming towards the center of the back. Front of the shoulder is opening. Gaze can go up if that feels comfortable. Exhale, rounding through the back, drawing the abs towards the spine. Shoulders move towards the front of the mat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Coming to a neutral spine, and then go ahead and find tabletop from here. Hands, wrists directly underneath your shoulders, knees under your hips. Pressing the floor away, we're not allowing the torso to sink in between the shoulder blades. We're staying nice and active. Belly is drawing up towards your spine or away from your shirt front, depending upon how you want to think about it. Take an inhale here. Exhale, step that right foot back. Toes on the mat, toe pads pressing into the mat, heel pushing towards the back of the room. Couple of breaths here. On an inhale, gently bringing that knee back down, finding tabletop. Take a cycle of breath here. Next exhale, left foot goes back, toes on the mat, toe pads pressing into the mat, heel pushing towards the back of the room. Remember to stay active in the hands, active in the shoulders. You're pressing the torso up and away from the floor. One more is nice, deep inhale. Exhale, bring that left knee back into tabletop. Go ahead and let your knees come a little bit wide. Toes back behind you to touch. Press back for a child's pose. Arms are going to reach out nice and long in front of you as your forehead comes down onto the mat. On an inhale, come up into tabletop, tuck your toes. Exhale, press up and back into down dog. Go ahead and pedal your feet out in this first down dog of our practice. Bend deeply into one knee as you straighten into the other. Walk out the dog, take your time with it. Waking up the muscles along the back of the leg. Hands and fingers are pressing firmly into the mat. As you're ready, both heels come down towards the mat. Take an inhale here. And an exhale. On an inhale, we're going to shift forward to plank. Knees drop down a little bit wide. Exhale, press back into a child's pose. Inhale, find tabletop, tuck your toes. Exhale, up and back into down dog. We're going to do exactly that again. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, tabletop, tuck your toes. Exhale, down dog. One more time. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, child's pose. top, tuck your toes. Exhale, down dog. 2 breaths in, down dog. On an inhale, looking to the front of the mat. Exhale, walk your feet forward, up in between your hands, forward fold. Go ahead and let your knees bend, let your torso connect with your thighs. Head hangs heavy, hands can stay on the mat, or you can reach for opposite elbows. If it feels nice to incorporate a little bit of movement here, you can sway your body gently side to side, slightly forward to back, kind of a toe to heel motion. Whatever feels good. If stillness is your jam today, that's where you should be. If you've reached for opposite elbows, bring your hands down onto the floor. And with bent knees on an inhale, nice and slowly coming all the way up. Exhale, Tadasana. All right, guys, 3 half sun salutations. Here we go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale into a halfway lift, nice and high, really engaging those low back spinal muscles. Core is working. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Tadasana. Exactly that again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Tadasana. One more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale into a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Tadasana. Sun salutations with low crescent, 1 breath, 1 movement. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. On your exhale, right foot goes back for a lunge. Right knee comes down. Toes can stay tucked or top of the foot lays flat. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Step back to dog. 2 breaths in, down dog. On an inhale, looking to the front of the mat. Exhale, right foot comes forward, up in between the hands. Left knee goes down. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Retuck your toes. Step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Tadasana. Same thing, second side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale into a halfway lift. On your exhale, left foot goes back for a lunge. Left knee comes down. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands come down to frame that front foot. Step back to down dog. 2 breaths in, down dog. Inhale, looking to the front of the mat. Exhale, left foot comes forward, up up in between the hands. Right knee goes down. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Retuck those back toes. Step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale. Tadasana. All right, guys. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale into a halfway lift. On your exhale, we're going to step our right foot back for a lunge. Right knee comes down. Toes can stay tucked or top of the foot lays flat. We're going to bring our hands up onto our left knee as we bring our torso up nice and high. If you need to bring that front foot back just a little bit as you pull the torso up, go ahead and do that. Readjust. This can be a little bit of a shorter low crescent stance. We really want to, as we're coming up and back, we want to engage the muscles in the extended leg. So in the right leg, glutes, hamstring and quads, they're working, they're turning on, finding that engagement. Keep that level of engagement and then let your hips come forward. Keeping that activity in the back leg as you move into that hip flexor stretch. Hands can stay on the left thigh or you can bring the hands up overhead. We'll take a breath here. And exhale. Inhale again. Exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Retuck your back toes. Right knee comes up off the mat. Take an inhale here. Exhale, step back into down dog. On an inhale, we're going to shift forward to plank. Knees can stay up off the mat or you can bring your knees down. Exhale, we're going to lower all the way down onto the mat. Nice and slow, elbows stay nice and close to your sides. Bring your hands back behind you, palms facing the floor. Inhale, coming up into locust. Now you can keep your fingers and your toes. You want to keep them stretching towards the back of the room. You can bring the soles of your feet together. That's going to externally rotate your thighs, giving a little bit of a deeper stretch. One more inhale. Exhale and release. Hands come underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Take an inhale here. On an exhale, we're going to press up and back into down dog. You can move through tabletop first or directly into dog. Take a moment in down dog. Inhale, looking to the front of the mat. On your exhale, right foot's going to come forward, up in between your hands. Left knee comes down. Again, we're going to bring our hands up onto the right thigh as we shift up and back, bringing our torso up nice and high, engaging the thigh muscles, hamstrings, and the glutes in that extended leg. Once you get that nice level of engagement, go ahead and you can let your hips sink back forward. Keep those muscles working in the back leg as you come forward. Hands can stay on the thigh or you can bring them up overhead. We'll take a breath here. And an exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Retuck your back toes. Left knee comes up off the mat. Take an inhale here. Exhale, step forward, forward fold. Inhale into a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale. Tadasana. All right. Same thing, second side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale into a halfway lift. On your exhale, left foot goes back for a lunge, left knee comes down. Coming up, hands onto the right thigh, torso comes up and back. Engage the muscles of the left leg. When you get everything good and working, go ahead and let your hips sink forward just a little bit. Hands can stay on your thigh or your hands can come up overhead. Take a breath here. And an exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, hands come down to frame that right foot. Retuck your back toes. Left knee comes up off the mat. Take an inhale here and lunge. Exhale, step back to down dog. Inhale, we're going to shift forward to plank. Again, you can bring your knees down onto the mat. Exhale, we're lowering all the way down, nice and slow. Hands come back behind you, palms facing the floor. Inhale, coming up into locust. Again, you can keep your feet separated, or you can get a little bit of that external rotation by bringing the soles of your feet together. One more inhale. Exhale and release. Hands come under your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Take an inhale here. Exhale, push up into down dog. Inhale, looking to the front of the mat. Exhale, left foot comes forward, up in between the hands. Right knee goes down. Hands coming up onto the left thigh as we push our torso up and back. Engaging the muscles of that right leg, really, really turning them on. When you've got it, go ahead and let your hips sink forward just a little bit. Hands can stay where they are, or you can bring your hands up overhead. Take an inhale here. And an exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Retuck your right toes, right knee comes up off the mat. Take an inhale here. Exhale, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale. Tadasana. All right. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale into a halfway lift. On your exhale, we're going to step our right foot back for a lunge. We're going to come up into high lunge here, so get grounded, get stable, and as you're ready, inhale, come on up. Back leg is nice and straight. Hip points are squeezing towards center. Right knee is right over the left knee is right over the ankle. Take an inhale here. Exhale, open arm twist. Left hand goes back, right hand comes forward. Hips are still squeezing towards center. Gaze is going to land somewhere in the middle. If you can peek back towards your left fingertips, that works great. Back leg stays nice and straight and strong. One more inhale. Exhale, left hand comes to the back of the right leg, right hand comes to the ceiling. Torso slowly rotates back to the front of the mat, Exalted Warrior. On an inhale, left hand comes up. Exhale, hands come down to frame that front foot. Step back to dog. First opportunity for a vinyasa. If you choose to take it, you can stay in down dog, take a vinyasa with me, or take a brief child's pose. If you're going to vinyasa, we're going to inhale forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. If you're in child's pose, you can return to down dog now. Inhale, look into the front of the mat. Exhale, right foot's gonna come forward, up in between our hands. Get lined up, get grounded and secure. On an inhale, we're gonna come up into high lunge. Back leg is nice and straight. Right knee is right over that right ankle. Hip points are squeezing towards center. Shoulders are dropping down as your fingers are extending towards the ceiling. Take an inhale here. And exhale. Right hand goes back, left hand comes forward. Hip points still squeezing towards center. Back leg is nice and strong. One more inhale. Exhale, right hand comes to the back of the left leg. Left hand goes to the ceiling. Torso slowly comes back to the front of the mat. Gaze goes up if you're able. Take an inhale here. Remembering to breathe. On your next inhale, right hand comes up. Exhale, hands come down to frame that front foot. Step back to dog. Stay in down dog or take a vinyasa or take a child's pose. If you want a vinyasa with me, we're going to inhale forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 2 breaths in dog. On an inhale, looking to the front of the mat. Exhale, walking or hopping forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale. Tadasana. All right, we're going to take a wide-legged stance on the long edge of our mat. You might want a block in front of you. We're going to be doing a twist from a wide-legged stance. So have a block handy just in case. Take a nice inhale here. Exhale, fold forward. Nice long spine as you come down. You can kick your heels out if that feels nice. Hands find the mat. On an inhale, come into a halfway lift here. In your halfway lift, check in with your feet. Make sure that your big toe pad and your pinky toe pad are pressing equally and firmly into the mat so you're not rolling to the inside or the outside of your ankle. Exhale, fold. Couple of breaths here. Weights coming slightly towards your toes, but not to the point where your heels are coming up off the mat. If you've got a little bit more room here, you can walk your hands back behind you, fingers facing away from you, gently drawing your torso underneath your hips a little bit further. All right, bringing your hands back to the front, coming up into that halfway lift. If you have the block available and want to use it, you want to place the block right in the center of your mat. Hand is going to come onto that block. Left hand onto the block. Inhale, right hand is going to come up and open. You can go ahead and you can press into that left hip just a little bit. As you open the torso to the right, we'll take a couple of breaths here. One more inhale. Exhale and release. Inhale, come up into a halfway lift. Right hand's gonna come onto the block in the center of the mat or onto the floor in the center of the mat, whichever way is best for you. You really do kind of want to have the palm of your hand flat against some surface, so it's either the block or the floor. Inhale, left hand comes up and open. Feel free to press into that right hip just a little bit as you twist open to the left. Couple of breaths here. One more inhale. Exhale and release. Both hands come to the floor. Go ahead and walk yourself around to the front of the mat, finding a lunge. Take an inhale here. Exhale, step forward, forward fold. Inhale into a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, inhale, come all the way up. Exhale. We're going to continue on with our flow here. We're going to move into Warrior Two, Sun Salutation style. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale into a halfway lift. On our exhale, right foot goes back for a lunge. We're going to come up into high lunge first. So we're going to inhale, come on up. Exhale, straighten that front leg as we shift open, coming into Warrior Two. Readjust your feet as you need to. You are never married to the position that your feet land in any posture or any vinyasa movement. Always readjust to make sure that your alignment is safe. Couple of breaths here. Front palm to the ceiling. Inhale, Peaceful Warrior. Back hand can land anywhere down your leg. Just make sure that you're not pressing into the knee joint. Exhale, Warrior Two. Take an inhale here. On our exhale, we're going to bring our left elbow to our left thigh. Right fingertips come up to the ceiling at first. If you want to deepen the side body stretch, you're going to rotate that palm to the front of the mat and then lay the arm down long across your ear. Both feet are planting firmly into the mat. Hips are pressing up and away. One more inhale. Exhale, Warrior Two. Inhale in, Warrior Two. Exhale, hands come down to frame that front. Peel your back heel up off the mat. Readjust your feet as you need to find lunge. On an inhale, we're going to straighten that left leg, sending our hips to the ceiling. Fold over that front leg, finding that nice juicy stretch in the hamstring hip area on the left leg. Then on an exhale, step back into dog. Stay in down dog. Take a child's pose or take a vinyasa with me. If you want a vinyasa, we're going to inhale forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, looking to the front of the mat. Exhale, right foot's going to come forward, up in between the hands. Find a lunge. Inhale, come on up into high lunge. Exhale, straighten that front knee as you open up into Warrior Two, readjusting your feet as you need to. Couple of breaths here. Front palm flips to the ceiling. Inhale, Peaceful Warrior. Again, that back hand can land anywhere on your leg. Just make sure that you're not pressing into the knee joint. Exhale, warrior two. Take an inhale here. On an exhale, right arm comes down onto the right thigh. Left fingertips come to the ceiling at first. If you want to go a little bit deeper into the side body stretch, rotate that palm to the front of the mat and then lay your arm long across your ear. Both legs are pressing firmly into the floor. Hip points are lifting up, or sensation of lifting up. They probably aren't moving much, actually. A couple of breaths. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale here. Exhale, hands come down to frame that front foot. Peel your back heel up off the mat. Readjust your feet as you need to find lunge. On your inhale, we're going to straighten that right knee, sending our hips to the ceiling, folding over that right leg, finding that nice, delicious stretch. And on your next exhale, stepping back into dog. Stay in down dog, take a child's pose or take a vinyasa with me. Either way, we're going to all end up in child's pose. If you're going to vinyasa with me, we're going to inhale forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Go ahead and bring your knees nice and wide, toes back behind you to touch. Press back into a child's pose. Allow your breathing to regulate and settle down. Slowing the breath. Finding that center. We're going to come up onto our fingertips here. On an exhale, we're going to walk our hands over to the right. Hips stay over your heels. You can stay up on your fingertips or you can lay your palms flat as you sink into that nice, delicious side body stretch. On an inhale, walking your hands back to center. Exhale, walk your hands over to the left. Again, hips stay over heels. You can stay on your fingertips or you can lay your palms flat. On an inhale, walk back to center. Press back into child's pose one more time. On an inhale, coming up into tabletop. Wrists underneath your shoulders, knees under your hips. Tuck your toes. Exhale, press up and back into down dog. Inhale, we're going to shift forward into plank. We're going to take our right hand and we're going to bring it one step further in front so it's a little bit ahead of your shoulder. We're going to move into side plank here. If you'd like to put the right knee down, you can go ahead and do that. If you want to take full side plank, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go ahead and shift over onto the knife edge of that right foot. Left foot is going to stack on top of the right. If you can also stagger your feet, bringing that left foot into the front of the mat. Right, our left hand comes onto your hip at first, then you're going to extend those fingers towards the ceiling, pressing those hips up and away. Gaze can come up to the ceiling if that feels comfortable to you. You can also look straight ahead, or you can continue to look down at the mat. One more inhale. Exhale, gently releasing, finding plank. Inhale in plank. Exhale, press up and back into down dog. Inhale, we're going to shift forward to plank. We're going to do the left side this time. So left hand is going to come out one step in front, so your hand is a little bit forward of your shoulder. We're going to go ahead and shift onto the knife edge of the left foot. Right foot can stack on top of the left, or you can have that foot just slightly in front. Extend those right fingertips towards the ceiling, pressing those hips up towards the ceiling. Gaze can come up if that feels nice. A couple of breaths here. One more inhale. Exhale, right hand comes down, find plank. On your next exhale, press up and back into down dog. Take a moment in down dog. Inhale, looking to the front of the mat. Bend your knees. Exhale, walking or hopping forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale. Tadasana. All right, today's balance pose, we're going to do eagle pose. We're going to start balancing on our left foot, so getting that left leg nice and strong. Little bit of bend in the left knee as we bring our right foot across. You can wrap the toes right on the side of your foot. If you've got a little bit more room and you want to wrap them back behind that calf, you can. You can also keep the toes on the floor. Sinking down into the hips. Arms come out wide at first as you sink down. Now the right leg's on top, so that means the left arm's going to come onto the bottom as we move into eagle arms. Legs are squeezing together, shoulders are drawing away from each other as elbows and palms are squeezing together. A couple of breaths here. On an inhale, hands come up as you come. Hands come out as you come up. Bringing that right foot with you. Hands come to heart center. If you've got anything left, exhale, press back into warrior three. Hands can stay at heart center. You can bring them back behind you. You can wing them out to the side or bring them forward. Whatever feels nice. One more inhale. And then exhale. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale and release. Shake it out a little bit if that feels nice. Then we're going to move right into second side. We're going to balance on our right leg this time. Right leg gets nice and grounded and strong. Nice straight line. Bend into that knee just a little bit. Left foot's gonna come over as you sink down. Arms come out for balance. Finding that foot position that works. If you can wrap the toes around the back of the leg, go for it. Toes can also be touching the floor. Left leg's on top, that means left arm is on the bottom. Finding eagle arms, second side. Shoulders are drawing away from one another as the elbows squeeze against each other, palms squeeze together. Legs are squeezing nice and firm. Couple of breaths here. On an inhale, coming on up, bringing that left leg with you, hands come to heart center. Exhale, pressing back into warrior three. If you have anything left, we'll see if my hip does. Hands can stay at heart center or they can wing back behind you. Out to the side or forward for Superman. Couple of breaths here. On an inhale, gently coming up. Exhale and release, shake it out. All right, let's go ahead and find a seat on the mat. We're gonna start in a cross-legged position at first. Sitting up nice and tall. On an exhale, we're going to walk our hands forward. Folding forward, we want to keep those sit bones connected with the mat. Nice long spine as you come down. However far you fold is how far you fold. On an inhale, gently walk yourself up to seated. I want you to go ahead and switch the cross of your legs. So we're going to bring the other foot into the front. Sitting up nice and tall. Exhale, fold forward, walking our hands forward. Sit bones stay connected with the mat. Spine is nice and long. Again, your range of motion in any kind of a forward fold is individual and it's not going to look like anybody else's. On an inhale, gently walking yourself up to seated. Stretch your legs out long in front of you. Walking to the front of the sit bones. Bringing the torso back up. Feet are flexed, toes are pointing towards the ceiling. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward any amount. Hands can find your thighs, your calves, or your feet. Using your breath as you sink into the fold. Maybe on each exhale you're sinking a little bit further down. Maybe not, maybe you're already at your max. Just be wherever you are today. On an inhale, using your hands, gently walking yourself up to seated. Okay. We're going to take our right foot and we're going to bring it into the center. We're going to step it onto the outside of our left thigh. This left leg can stay straight. If you've got any kind of knee issues or anything, this leg should stay straight. If you're doing okay with your knees, you can go ahead and you can tuck that left foot back by your hip. Right knee comes up to the ceiling. We're going to twist to the right. We want both sit bones connected with the mat. Left arm is going to wrap around the outside of the right knee as we gently draw that knee in towards center. Right hand's going to come back behind you close to your seat. Inhale to lengthen through the spine. Exhale, twisting open, any amount. Remembering to breathe. Seated twists are notorious for making it hard to breathe, but you want to continue to do so. You don't want to hold your breath. One more inhale. Exhale, gently release back to center. Go ahead and unfold your legs, stretch them both out long. Walk to the front of the sit bones, sitting up nice and tall. Bring your left foot in this time. Stepping that left foot onto the outside of our right knee. Again, you can keep this right leg straight. If you've got some trickiness going on in your knees, I suggest that you do that. Otherwise, you can bring that right foot, bring it in back close to your seat. Hey, I got this side without the hip cramp. Ha ha. All right. Left knee's pointing towards the ceiling. Right arm is going to wrap around that left knee as you draw it close to your torso. Both sit bones are connecting with the mat. Left hand's going to come back behind you, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale here. Exhale, we're twisting open to the left, any amount. One more inhale. Exhale, gently release. Untangle your legs. Bring the soles of your feet to the floor. Knees pointing towards the ceiling. Go ahead and lean back on your hands and let your knees windshield wiper side to side. All right, we're going to come down onto our backs. Feet on the floor, knees pointing towards the ceiling. Take a breath or two in constructive rest, hands on your belly. Bring your arms down alongside your torso, palms facing the floor. We're going to move up into bridge on an inhale, coming on up. Lots of times at the end of practice, I like to do a rolling bridge. Today we're going to hold it. Pressing those hips up towards the ceiling. Glutes can work in this posture. It's okay to use them. Hands can stay on the floor. If you want to have a little bit of a supported bridge, you can bring your thumbs up underneath your hips, pressing into your arms just a little bit. Couple more breaths. One more inhale. Exhale, gently release. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees open out wide. Hands can rest on the inside of your thighs. Take a couple of breaths and recline butterfly. gently bringing your knees together, soles of the feet to the floor. Take a breath in constructive rest. Bring your feet up to meet your hands. Knees come wide as you move into a happy baby. If it feels nice, you can gently sway side to side. Stillness is your jam, then that's what you should do. On an exhale, go ahead and release your feet. Wrap your arms around your shins. Maybe bring your shoulders and your head up off the mat. Give yourself a nice big squeeze. Exhale, releasing out long. Take this moment as we move into Savasana to get all the wiggles out. Maybe walk your shoulders underneath your torso just a little bit. Let your feet, toes splay out to the side and find your breath. Allow your inhales and exhales to begin to lengthen and deepen. And then let it all go. Beginning to find softness in your body. Soften your toes, the arches and the heels. Soften your shins, your knees. Let that softness move up into your thighs. And just let your legs feel heavy, weighted, and secure. Bring that soft feeling into your hips, releasing and letting go of any tension that you're holding there. We worked those hip muscles hard today, so just let them sink really nice and heavy into the mat. Bring that soft feeling into your abdomen and allow it to move up into your rib cage. Let that soft feeling wrap itself around the area around your heart, and then let it gently move into your shoulders and your neck. Releasing, relaxing, and letting go. Let that softness begin to travel down your arms. Let it come to your elbows, your wrists, and then let it flow out through your fingertips. Bring softness to your face. Relax your jaw, your cheeks, and your tongue. Bring that soft feeling to the area around your eyes. Let your eyes feel heavy and weighted. And gently let that softness come to your forehead. Let your forehead be free and clear, and allow yourself to float away from the breath. And I'm going to leave you guys here. Please stay in Savasana as long as you feel able. And I bid you namaste.